to join us here. All right. Facebook, here is our Sweet Talk Daily. We're going to be coming at you most afternoons. I have yet to work out an exact time. However, today's discussion is why you should not cut out carbs. Not only for just health reasons, as well as fat loss reasons. So if you are here, make sure to hashtag I'm here. And if you're catching a replay, make sure to hashtag replay. Hey, Dave, super nice to see you on here. Ed and Wheela, nice to see you guys. All right. So Alexa, volume down. All right. Let's get this show on the road. If you are here with me on Facebook, there's one of you. Just let me know who it is. And hello, Miss Jess. Nice to see you on here too, my girl. Guys, all right. Why you should not cut carbs out of your diet, especially when it comes to long-term fat loss. All right, there's a couple big bangers in here. We're going to go over 6 different reasons why you should not cut out carbs, okay? Hey, Drew, nice to see you, girl. So, guys, let's go over a couple basic things here. Carbs, what the fuck are they? They are good old things that are essential. No, I'm joking. Here's an actual statement. Not all carbs are bad. Basically, a carb is a type of macronutrient that refers to, starches. It refers to fruit, vegetables, whole grains, and they're all going to be either higher in carbs or lower in calories, etc. Okay. Basically, we turned a lot of the time to like low carb or keto diets or Atkins diets as a quick way to lose weight because they're known for rapid weight loss in the first few weeks, but they're not sustainable. Why? There's a lot of reasons that we're going to cover. But basically, every body and everybody is different. And so what works for most will not work for a select few and vice versa. There are a very few select amount of people that can actually sustain this stuff long term. So let's not cut our carbs and say we did. If you love carbs, hashtag I love carbs in the comments below, or drop an emoji of your favorite type of carb because mama loves carbs. Coach Sam loves carbs. So the first reason is we don't want to cut out carbs because we might actually be missing out on key micronutrients, okay? A lot of carb-heavy foods have essential vitamins and minerals, and for some reason, a lot of people think that they are bad, okay? Carbs come in many, many forms, and there are some that have a little bit more micronutrient, vitamin, and mineral value than others, but they're important for things such as fiber, vitamins, minerals, specifically ones like magnesium and B12, as well as filling your body with age-fighting antioxidants. When you completely cut carbs out of your diet or of a significant portion of them, you can put yourself at risk for nutrient deficiencies if you don't replace them with other food sources that are like fortified. A good example of this is I can link this study after this, but basically I read a study that 70% of Americans don't get enough magnesium. And so that is an important mineral that helps us to turn off stress or cortisol in our body. Okay. It's just not a good situation. Ooh, you lost all your hair from ketosis, Edwina. Never again, girl. I hear you on that one. It's a really common side effect of cutting calories and going into very low carb. So that being said, the number 2 reason you should not cut carbs out of your diet is that you might not get enough fiber. Fiber is the number 1 nutrient that we have to, that we don't consume enough of if you don't eat carbs typically, okay? Whole grains, fruits, veggies, starchy ones are all great. Complex carbs are all great sources of fiber. And what the hell is fiber? Fiber is the thing that makes you poop, basically. It's one of the big players in helping us poop. It also helps with heart health, gut health, and there's a ton of research coming out that says that people who have more fiber have a way lower risk of developing cardiovascular heart disease and tend to have a lot more beneficial bacteria in their gut microbiome, which means that they're probably not going to have as high a risk of heart attacks and heart disease, and they're going to have a much happier gut, less bloating, less feeling crappy. Hey, Farida, nice to see you, girl. Hey, David, nice to see you guys. So basically, fiber helps us poop, helps us feel healthier, has a healthier gut, which has a huge impact on our hormones and overall health. And it can help us feel fuller for a longer period of time, which is helpful when we're trying to lose weight. If you're trying to cut calories down, you want to feel full and satiated. It's about adding food into your diet, not removing shit, in my humble opinion. The third reason you should keep carbs in your diet is that they're good for your brain. There's a good estimate that says your brain consumes about 120 grams of carbs every day. And that only accounts for about 20% of our energy burned every day. So when a lot of people start low carb diets, they tend to experience a lot of brain fog, mood swings, mental fatigue, because our body's number one preferred energy source has been removed. No wonder you feel like shit, honestly. So when a lot of people cut these carbs out, they confuse the role of stimulants with the role of carbs. So a lot of people who go on like crazy aggressive low carb diets tend to really lean into the caffeine and stimulants because they'll give us short-term bursts of energy, which can help our brain perform a little bit better. But carbs are going to be the ones that supply your brain with what it actually needs to perform and will give you long-term energy. So make sure you're choosing food of high quality, basically, whole foods as much as possible, and making sure that they come from good sources if that's important to you, okay? Remember, what you put in is what you live in. What you put in is the quality of how the engine runs. Got it? Farida, yeah, the gut sucks. Well, we are going to get you to the bottom of that. Just send me a DM, okay? Also, I want to clarify, guys, that carbs can help us build muscles. Point blank, carbs can help us build muscles, okay? Protein is often the focus of building muscle when it comes to bulking up, toning up. But I want to remind you that carbs are just as important in this process. Carbs are just as important in this process. Why? When you eat carbs, our body converts some of them into a substance called glycogen, all right? And it is stored, it's a storage form of carbs that stockpiles in our muscles. And our body uses those stockpiles when we need a quick boost of energy when it isn't getting enough from the blood sugar in our cells, okay? Simplified down, we store a form of carbs in our muscles and we can use that to help us build our muscles and use that energy, okay? It comes in handy when we're lifting weights in the gym, when we are often facing low carb diets or aggressive low calories, we can start to feel fatigued quickly and we can start to feel weak. And so this is where the practice of carb loading a few hours before the gym has come in handy to help people with glycogen stores and see better performance in and out of the gym for strength. All right, so just going through my notes here. I am lost on the number. I think we're on number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, reason number 5. The lack of carbs might be the reason why your body has plateaued. This is a very, very awesome one. So by not eating enough carbs, you might actually give yourself a reason to plateau. Okay, because carbs are the number one energy source that our body prefers. It's the easiest one to release from storage. It's the easiest digested, etc. And yes, fat and proteins can give our body energy too through different metabolic pathways, but it's not as efficient as carbs, all right? Especially when people switch to these like low carb crappy things. So it should be determined based on your personal self as well as your energy output in your day-to-day activity. But often if you feel weak or slow or just generally drained, you may want to pay attention to your overall calorie and carb intake, Because if you aren't getting enough to support you, you probably won't be seeing great results in strength, and you might be getting more and more irritable. Reason number 6 is that when we cut out whole food groups from our diet, it can lead to disordered eating. And what that means is cutting out food groups has a strong association with disordered eating habits. Again, this is a lot of anecdotal, and I'm not a physician, so just keep this in mind. But based off of a few studies that I read for this actual chat, there is a particular regard with orthorexia, which is the obsession of what healthy food goes in your body, basically. Okay. It's an obsession with healthy eating and restrictive behavior. So by removing a whole food group, this kind of, if somebody has pre-existing tendencies, this could exacerbate some things. So remember, carbs are not related to disordered eating, but by eliminating any food group, you can contribute to a poor relationship with food. I hope that makes sense. Does anybody have any questions? So to summarize, number 1, you might be missing out on key ingredients. Number 2, you're not going to be getting enough fiber. 3, carbs are good for your brain. 4, they can help you build muscle and perform better in the gym. And we might have a reason for plateau. And last but not least, they can have a poor relationship. And we have a request to join. Shay, if you want to jump on, feel free, my girl. I'm not sure if it's loading. Oh, okay. Wasn't sure if that was an intentional one or not. But guys, I hope that that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll stick around for a few minutes. When you don't want to jump on with me, yeah. I'm okay if you have some questions. You can jump on. Facebook friends, we had a request that was an accidental one for Instagram. She's being mean and won't go on the camera. No, I'm joking, Shay. Okay, guys. So I'm not seeing any questions coming in, but I hope that that makes sense. What do you mean hard no? Psh, psh. Okay, fine. Anyways, I hope that that makes sense. So my opinion is this: if you can't do it for life, it's not a lifestyle change. All these aggressive diets that people do to see crazy results, yes, they can lead to some scale weight, but just remember this: for 1 pound of carbs, you will retain 2 to 3 pounds of water. So if you cut 1 pound of carbs, you're probably going to lose 2 to 3 pounds of water retention. So that is the true reason why you will see scale weight loss whenever you cut carbs. And that is also the reason why you quickly plateau afterwards. So if it is not a lifestyle change, aka sustainable for life, perhaps it needs to be reevaluated. I hope this made you have a little bit of legitimate food for thought and have a kick-ass Monday. Let me know what was your biggest takeaway. Bye, guys.